Hello channel NITT viewers, I am DS your psychologist and welcome to another episode on channel NITT. So in this episode, we are going to continue to talk about defense mechanisms. So in one of our previous episodes, we talked about projection as a defense mechanism. So if you have not watched it yet, you may want to watch it first. In psychology, defense mechanisms are psychological strategies that are used unconsciously by a person to protect himself or herself from the anxieties that arise from unacceptable feelings or thoughts. Altogether, at least 15 different defense mechanisms have been proposed.
15, there's still time for you.
And as humans, we definitely would have used defense mechanisms at one point in our life or the other. So we will start off this defense mechanism series by talking about defense mechanisms that are more widely used. So the second defense mechanism that we will talk about is denial. So denial is a refusal to accept reality. No, it's not happening, it's not happening! So a person who is in denial will block external events from awareness. So in other words, they will not perceive what is there outside, or they refuse to accept it. No, it's not happening, it's not happening! So let me give the viewers some common examples of denial. So number one, a husband may refuse to acknowledge or recognize the signs that his wife is cheating on him.
And I know that he knows I'm unfaithful.
So these signs could be very obvious. But the man in denial may not even recognize all these different signs. So he might choose to believe that his wife has gone out for an August party. Number two, someone with an alcoholic problem may tell you that his behavior has nothing to do with alcohol at all. No, I only drink 1 can of beer a day. How can that even make me an alcoholic? What do you mean I have a drinking problem? I don't. You see, my performance is not affected. I am still earning the same amount of money. What are you talking about? So example number 3. So let's follow this particular girl who has just gotten herself a handsome boyfriend. She goes out with this handsome boyfriend onto the streets. Whenever they are on the street, she realizes that her boyfriend is always checking out other girls. So if this girl is in denial, she is likely to turn a blind eye. But why must she be in denial? So in this case, she has found herself a handsome boyfriend. Never in her life has she felt so happy before. She is afraid of losing this person.
I don't wanna lose this feeling.
If she does not engage in denial, then she may have to confront the fear of losing this boyfriend head front. And this type of anxiety may be too much for her to take and accept, and she engages in defense mechanism to protect herself.
'Cause my heart can't take it anymore.
And of course, as you can see, this type of defense mechanism is only delaying what might happen. So in many relationships, one party of the couple may actually realize midway that the other person is not really loving him or her. And they might go into denial because they really like the other partner too much. But of course, the inevitable might happen if there is no love in this relationship. So in other words, denial is not healthy. Even though denial as a defense mechanism is very easy to understand, it is not in reality easy to recognize. Let's say I am a person who does not believe in ghosts because I firmly believe in science. And for a day, I keep seeing paranormal happenings around me. And I refuse to acknowledge them. Am I in denial? So it may be very hard to say.
You make it hard to say goodbye.
So not everything is denial. So if somebody denies his or her incompetence or denies the existence of ghosts or God or whatever, it may be due to ignorance, complacency, or other factors. So therefore, this makes it very hard for us to even recognize denial. Another point about denial is that it may be used in conjunction with other defense mechanisms such as rationalization. So a student may be in denial thinking that he or she is very well prepared for an exam. So he might tell you that, oh, one day is just enough for me to study everything. So what he is actually doing is rationalization, but deep inside there is also denial. So sometimes even those with a background in psychology may also find it hard to recognize denial.
This ain't gonna be easy.
I hope you learned something from this episode, and if you want to learn more about each of these defense mechanisms in depth, do comment below so that we will do an in-depth episode on denial or projection or whichever defense mechanisms that we have discussed or will be discussing. So do look forward to more defense mechanisms, because through these defense mechanisms you may be seeing yourself or other people around you engaging in this. Actually, it's not healthy to engage in defense mechanisms in the long run. And it may lead to a mental or emotional issue. And if you have not subscribed, do consider subscribing so that you get to see more of our interesting videos. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again in my next episode. Goodbye! Bye bye! What? I did not press the record button. Oh, this is not happening!